Welcome to Gamesthetic episode 194. I'm Alex Live Sparky3. Hope you're having a phenomenal day, whatever day you're listening or watching this show. I got both the boys here with me in studio. Zach, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
Good.
Just take a note that we're apparently on 194.
We are on 194. Let that sink in for a second. It's been a while. We're approaching 200. Got to do something special for 200. Zach says no. I say yes. We'll do something special. You know, we can rank 200 games. Doesn't that sound fun?
I vetoed that back during 100.
Yeah, I know. That's why we didn't do it. John, what about you? You have thoughts on episode 200?
You said do something special for 200. How about something special for 194? Fortnite controller.
Shout out. He actually got it. He got the Fortnite controller. Look at that beauty. Look at that thing.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's
And
so
I
bad.
love it.
It really is.
I love it.
You know, I thought it was just absolute trash until I showed, Christina that you got it. And she's just like, I think it's cute. It looks like kids drew on it. I'm like, all right, that's fair. That's
honestly, the picture online, it looks better in person.
All right, let me see it.
It does look better in person.
Let me see this thing. Let me see it in person.
It's still not pretty.
It is.
It's not like the other controllers where it's like
There's so much happening.
They're aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
It's a very much Fortnite.
I get none of the references of this controller.
Exactly. Look at this
I've
thing.
never
Holy
played
cow.
Fortnite. I just
I know I get very little of it other than like, I think the banana was like a character skin or still is.
Yeah, Peely.
Is that what his name is?
That's, I think, the official name. I know that's like, it's an ongoing joke, with Peely.
all I know is you mentioned it when me and you did an episode one time, Alex. You mentioned the Fortnite controller. I pre-ordered it that day.
Yep. That's dedication.
Oh, that was a pre-order?
Yes, he pre-ordered. He went out of his way for it.
This just came out. And
Oh.
I pre-ordered this like a month and a half ago.
I thought this was just something you came across and he mentioned and you just picked it up. Oh, you actually pre-ordered that.
Yeah,
Damn.
he went out of his way for it. That's dedication. See, the next controller that I want to pre-order is that PlayStation 5 DualSense, the teal one. I really want it.
You can go ahead and pre-order it.
Yeah, no, I saw that it was up for pre-order. I'm gonna pre-order that soon because it comes out in January, which sucks because like the other two, the white one and I think it was like a purple one, maybe. I think those come out like this month or next month, but teal comes out later. So teal's the one that I want. It looks sick. But yeah, shout out to another controller to your collection. How much are you gonna use that controller?
So my two PS5 controllers that I've been using are my Spider-Man and my God of War. But I've also had just a basic white DualSense that's been in there. I'm replacing the white one with this one.
Of course you are.
So this is just going into my 3 controller rotation.
And the Final Fantasy one's just sitting
It's
on the
still
shelf.
it's still in the box.
Yeah, that one's staying in the box. He had to go out of his way for that one. Just like he'll, probably have to go out of his way for the Monster Hunter one. No progress on trying to get one.
yeah, I'll get it eventually.
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it. Anyway, no, today's episode, a lot of rambling, honestly. Got a few things. Palworld versus Nintendo. Got an update on that from Pocketpair. Pocketpair threw out there the exact patents that they're being sued over, plus a general amount of money, plus just a little bit more info here or there. After that, we're going to go ahead and do our Game Awards Game of the Year predictions, because that should be coming out like literally in about 2 weeks. And I saw that the Golden Joystick Awards by Games Radar released their full list of the actual nominees that were up to be voted on. Let's see. I had N7 Day this week. Had some official Switch 2 news. Mario and Luigi dropped. A bunch of other random stuff. It'll be a time. It's the best that I think. This is the best way I can put it. Is that today's episode will be a time. All right.
You're right, because it's, 5 hours before we usually stream?
It is. So yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. So for the time of the live show, we are live right now at like 1 o'clock. So that's a little different today. Next week we'll be back to normal time though, so it's all good. But anyway, anything you guys want to kind of touch on before we dive into stuff? Anything you guys want to shout out or anything?
Hey, John, how you feel about Apex's recent update?
I have no idea what happened with Apex. It was on the banner on Steam's front page the other day.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, what's going on with Apex? Oh, people don't like Apex.
Because they pulled a Fortnite. They brought back original release build and made it a game mode.
I saw that it said something about play the original. I just clicked on it and it had, I think it had, it was like mostly negative reviews at like 36%.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, because I was about to hop in a deadlock.
Yeah.
And I saw it. I was talking to my buddy. I went, oh, people don't like Apex anymore.
Right. It's always funny to see these, multiplayer games that over time go through a transition phase, right? And they transition into something that people don't like what it transitioned to.
Yeah.
And then still just go back to the original in some capacity. Because I didn't put this on the script because I really didn't care. But since you brought it up, it popped in my brain. I saw where it's being teased that Overwatch is going to get a classic mode. And it's just like, you shouldn't have gone to Overwatch 2 to begin with if this is the case.
That's been a thing for a little while because it was actually, because I caught wind of it through a couple people I watched. They were just like, so yeah, there's a PBE where there's a 6v6 of Overwatch again.
Yeah. So, no, I knew they were going back to 6v6.
Yes.
But I didn't know if the classic Overwatch was referring to that or something else. Because, like, when I read the article...
Oh, it may be something else.
When I read the article, it's like Overwatch Classic being teased. I'm just like, what are we doing? It's like, it's the same game.
They're doing WoW again because, I mean, they succeeded with WoW Classic.
Yeah, well, see, that I feel like is different. I mean,
it is different.
Yeah, that's justifiable.
So I didn't look into it too much. Is the Apex just like the original build where you can only play the original heroes or something, or is it just the map?
It's the map, guns and whatnot. I don't think it character locks, but I'm gonna be honest, I didn't dig too deep into it.
The thing is, it's like if it's the original map, it was like the original
King's
map
Canyon.
is cool. And it's like, it's just it'd be kind of nostalgic. And it's like, yeah, you lost a lot of players when you kind of went greedy business on them. And you're just trying to hit people who played in your first 6 months and try to bring those people back for another 3 or 4 months of playing, maybe.
I went hard on competitive scene for a while and tried to balance competitive and whatnot. But yeah.
Again, it's just funny how they do that. They go one direction and then they end up coming back to the other, the original way that everyone liked to begin with. That didn't really have to be changed.
Well, it's like for Apex, it's not even necessarily that. It's they're kind of doing whatever they can right now to try to bring players in to make money.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like it's kind of really dying off.
It's died off, because BR's dying off.
We talked about that a couple weeks ago.
I mean, they also just like the way they've been monetizing it just pissed everyone off too.
And then also focusing patches based on just their main core base players and competitive and other things, and just sort of killing off the casual player.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this will bring people back in, but from the looks of it, no, it's not. Based on the reviews, no, it is not.
I mean, I have no interest in going back. So I don't want to play I don't want to play a bunch of shooters. Right. I got one I'm playing right now. It's Deadlock.
Yeah,
I'm perfectly content just playing Deadlock.
So, as two former Apex players, let me ask you guys: how much longer do you think Apex will live?
I mean, I think it would be more concerned of the competitive scene more than anything.
The competitive scene's still around.
And it's
like
pretty
they're still
solid.
playing it. They still put solid numbers up for their events and that. So it's gonna stay around.
Yeah.
If for no other reason than the competitive scene.
Because I mean, there's still quite a bit, just not even just like official tournaments, but individual and community tournaments that are always still very big with the community as well.
Mm-hmm.
And keep going.
Right. Okay. Well, it's definitely kind of lost its footing in the space. So I guess we'll see. Is this going to be a nail in the coffin for it or not? But anyway, let's start jumping into some stuff.
They
boys.
killed Lifeline?
Is that Apex?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're still at Apex.
Still on Apex.
Because I finally got it to load because I keep forgetting I haven't reattached the modem out here. And it's just said, relive that first hot drop, restore your squad with Lifeline revived. And I'm just like, what do you mean Lifeline revived?
Is Lifeline a character, I guess?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Little to no Apex knowledge over here.
Oh. They completely redone Lifeline's kit. That's what they mean by that.
Okay, so now it's going back to the original kit.
No.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now. Lifeline revived as in a rework.
It is a rework for Lifeline.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I know. That's what. Yeah, I get what you're saying now.
Yeah. So I guess kit reworked dropping at the same time is the big update. So that's their tagline.
Gotcha. Is Lifeline revived? All right. Well, I don't know if that's unfortunate or not. I would assume from the sound of it, it's unfortunate. I don't know.
I don't know. We don't play that game
It
anymore.
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
So yeah, pretty much yeah. It's base Apex, so none of all the update stuff with the Evo armors. It's classic weapons, classic abilities, classic rule set. Yeah.
Nice. Shout out to Apex, I guess. Trying to anything it can to stay alive, like a lot of games out there. Anyway, let's actually jump into some stuff. Before we do though, make sure to check out our Patreon down below. We're also going to make sure to shout out Agent Inc. and Rogue Energy later on in the show. You can also join the Discord, be a friend, tell a friend. So have you guys seen the update on the Palworld Pokemon thing?
Nope.
Yeah, I read about it the other day.
Okay, yeah, Pocketpair.
It's kind of like just a Pocketpair said they're like, hey, when we find something out, we'll let you know, and this is just the update of them letting us know.
Yeah,
Letting their community know. Yeah.
Yeah, pinpointed the exact 3 patents that they're essentially being sued over, and you can go look them up. You can go look
2
up
of
the
them
patents.
are what we thought they were.
Yeah, it's like
the third one's kind of like, fuck you.
Yeah,
What's the third one?
Was the third one like riding on the monsters one?
It's the mounting. Mounting the creature.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
It's the way that they mount in it. I think it's. I don't have. I'm not reading it off the script or anything, but it's like mounting in an open field or something like
mounting
that.
in an open field.
The
like
fuck?
Climbing mountains, stuff like that. Like you can look at the patent and see all the pictures. That's what the third one was about.
Are they about to sue every goddamn exploration game out there?
That was my thought when I saw that third patent. I'm just like, I feel like this is a lot of games.
The mounting a creature in a grassland? Are you shitting me?
That's more or less what it was. Yeah.
Nintendo's just about to start handing out lawsuits? Like, goddamn.
I mean, that's the same thing with the other one. It's like, I mean,
Just
the other
monster
ones are just
catching.
like monster catching and then
Yeah.
like monsters battling in a field or something like that.
I mean, those we give a pass because almost everyone, when they first saw that, went, Pokemon.
Yeah.
The mounting on top of monsters in a grassland, no one looks at it and goes, Pokemon.
No, I agree. Yeah, so patent 1 was throwing an object at a creature in open world to trigger combat.
An
Patent
object?
2, yeah, an object. Throwing an object at a creature in open world to trigger combat.
God, that's vague.
And then patent 2, capturing creatures in the wild versus battle. And patent 3, riding and switching creature transport in open world. That's the TLDR for the 3 patents. Like,
Pocketpair's just looking at this and going, the fuck?
yeah, no, 100%. Because like, all right, let me pull it up.
The thing
here.
is with how, like, I mean, it is what it is. Nintendo's going to do their thing.
Yeah.
It's like this.
So Zach, look,
They have their patents.
It's like they have their patents. They're gonna
scroll
they're,
there, and you can see what I'm talking about down there at the bottom, and click the
It's
pictures.
like they're gonna fight for their patents that they have.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like with what they're saying, like with what the patents are, and now we know what they are officially. It's like it really does just come down to why the fuck can you patent these gameplay mechanics?
Yeah, there are certain things that just like it just feels really stupid to patent.
Throwing an object to capture a creature in a field.
Yes,
It's like
that's so vague.
it's like the fact that you can patent something like that, they can go after whoever the fuck they want to.
Oh,
they can go
it's
after any
It's
game.
like the same in just like everyday patents. I mean, the Happy Birthday songs patent.
Well, yeah, but it's one of those where it's like patenting gameplay mechanics so that no one else can.
Oh yeah, no, that's
use
just
them.
that's just
It's like-
hurtful to the industry.
It's like it's
Yeah.
hurtful to the industry. It's like I mean, it's kind of like the same thing where we've mentioned before, like the Nemesis system. Nobody else can use the Nemesis system or anything. Kind of sucks.
but that one,
But-
I feel like a lot more is understandable because
Yeah,
it's a
that
very
one- that
specific
one's fair.
system.
That makes sense why that is able to be
Yes.
patented. Catching a creature by throwing an object, being able to be patented is like, okay, well, yeah, you kind of fuck it over the whole industry here.
Yeah, no, because like that feels so incredibly vague, and it really is just
mean-
Pokemon trying to limit any competition.
I mean, it really is because it's a specific enough that people can avoid it, but the whole fact that there's object in there makes it such a pain in the ass for anyone who wants to use it. They have to do something wild
yeah, something completely different.
because, like, with it just being object and capturing in a field, like you almost couldn't use anything. You can't, because it says specifically throwing an object.
Throwing an object.
So like a thing that might slip under that pattern is if you like, if it's a gameplay mechanic where you have to set, like in Monster Hunter, how you have to set a trap and have that capture a monster, but it can never be thrown yet. They'd actually have to have the character go over, set the damn thing up, and then walk away.
Yep.
They couldn't like throw it on the ground or anything like that.
Yeah. Yep. No, it's going to be interesting to see what any sort of like monster catchers do to avoid this. Because like another monster catcher that is going to maybe come out eventually, what like Dokav. Remember Dokav?
Yeah, I know Dokav.
Like I wonder what they're going to do. Like, you know, to try to get around this. Are they just going to beat the monsters in submission, handshake? Like,
Well,
"Oh, you're
I
part of
guess
my
it
team
would be
now?"
semantics of they're not capturing monsters, they're capturing spirits.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Would that avoid it though?
Here's a question. So for Pocketpair, like, yeah, this is gonna be like, yeah, clearly they're gonna fight it, but eventually they're just gonna have to pay up.
Yeah.
They're probably just gonna be able to fight for some clarity of what they are and aren't allowed to do.
Probably, yeah.
What do you think about? Because there's upgrades in Palworld where you get like the sphere launcher.
Yeah. Does that count?
Does that
Yeah,
count?
see,
'Cause
that's the question. Does that
not,
count?
That's not throwing it. That's
You're
launching
launching
it with a weapon.
Yeah, you're firing it.
So
See, I
I mean,
feel like that's the workaround.
that would be a type because it's patent specifically says throwing it.
Yeah.
They're not throwing it. So
They're firing
it is being fired from a separate apparatus. So that mechanic would be safe for Palworld to continue using.
Yeah. And like in terms of like them having to pay up, I don't know if like my idea of like money is skewed in gaming, but I don't feel like it's anything. Like the grand total was like 66K USD.
Well, it's 66K as the initial fine plus back pay for every day that it's delayed.
Okay. So that it could definitely rack up. As of now, the
it
base
was
is
one where it's like
66.
once they are told they have to pay, every day that it's not paid, that money
Okay.
gets multiplied.
And then the other kind of issue about this is essentially like that Pocketpair's reported Nintendo is seeking injunction against Palworld, which would essentially halt sales until the infringing mechanics is removed from the game.
So meaning the game would no longer be sellable. Anyone who has it will maintain it. But it does bring in question whether servers will be allowed to be up.
I would probably say no, because I feel like it'd be that case of digital gaming where it'd probably get ripped out of people's libraries. That'd be my guess. Like we've seen that
Well, I
happen
mean,
before.
I don't know if they'd necessarily be ripped out of people's libraries. Just it may still be in there. They may just not be able to access servers unless you have your own private
yeah,
one.
that
'Cause
you just can't sell it anymore too.
Because
so.
it's like that's. I think there might be official servers for it, but
There is.
the game itself, like creating a world to play on, and you're creating it on your local machine, and then
Yeah.
you can have a separate server to run it on, which is how we played it.
Yeah, that's how we played it. I mean, so yeah, so I mean, people would be able to do private servers, just may not be able to do.
A big official server
Yeah.
that they had for
Yeah.
Solos and other things.
No, I'll be very curious to see what Pocketpair does. You know, because I'm waiting now. I was like, okay, is the game going to get removed from Game Pass? It just got added to PlayStation, or not Game Pass, but you know, from Xbox. It just got added to PlayStation, so it's going to get removed from PlayStation, get removed from Steam. Like, you know, I'm just curious how this is going to play out. Because I feel like you know, just to avoid these issues, I feel like you're probably going to get like basically a Palworld 2.0, and they're just going to steadily work on a massive update to rework these mechanics.
I mean, they're gonna have to, unfortunately, because I mean, the lawsuit has been filed and passed and all that. It's mainly the injunction, whether that goes through and they have to stop sales and whatnot.
I know also for the patents, they officially got patent like this year, like literally just in September.
Oh yeah, because you put that in notes. I mean,
Yeah.
apparently the patents were finalized after Palworld
Yep.
World
September.
released, but they were submitted back in 2021.
Yep.
Well, that was that for the patents themselves or
Yes.
the Western version of the patents?
Okay, that's a good question.
Because
I think it was the patents themselves.
Because they had some of the patents, but some of the mechanics were still
Yeah.
being waited to be like finalized and approved. So it's like they may not have had all of these patents
Yeah.
approved, but they did have some of them already approved.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I just know the dates that I saw. I'm not sure if it was Western or just the overall patent was like submitted 2021, and like one of them was approved. I think in like April, one was approved in like August, and one was approved in like September.
So quite possibly it was the Western ones.
Yeah. It's crazy how long patents take, man. It's a crazy amount of time.
And I mean, I guess the thing here with this case is that even if the patents themselves weren't approved, the fact that they were in the system, it's technically somewhat public knowledge sometimes with patents that you could be able to look up if it was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully Pocketpair keeps putting up the good fight, against the overlord of Nintendo. And I assume we will see a Palworld 2.0 at some point.
Just unfortunately with this, it's pretty cut and dry. Palworld probably going to have to pay out and
Oh, yeah.
do a big ass update to rework stuff.
Yeah, which I honestly, I would probably just do what John said and do the launcher right out of the gate. Start the game off with a slingshot. Does that work?
That would be what they'd have to look at, yeah.
Yeah, just start the game off with a slingshot upgraded launcher. I mean, that would work, right? You're launching it.
Based on how the tech tree works, yeah.
Okay.
My favorite thing about this is just the fact that Nintendo really doesn't care until you get big.
True.
Yeah. All of these mechanics were in Craftopia.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was just that game was not popular.
Yep.
I mean, most of these mechanics are probably in Tim too.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they pretty much all are, but it's like Craftopia is their previous game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Basically, all of they made everything there and went, okay, now we know how to make all this stuff now, so now let's make another game and just do an improved version of all of this.
Yeah.
You know what's the funniest part about this is the flip flop of the community of everyone when Palworld came out back in January. It's like, Pokemon, Nintendo, where you at? And now that there's actual lawsuit, we're going, man.
It's just like, Nintendo, we weren't serious.
It's like, you're getting them for the things we didn't care about.
Yeah, yeah. Now everyone was wanting the designs, is what everyone wanted.
Yeah.
Now it's just these very vague patents
On mechanics.
And again, I agree. I feel like patenting like some mechanics like this is like, I think it's crap because like these are so vague, right? Like the Nemesis systems, that's one thing. This just feels incredibly vague.
But honestly, I mean, I'm in agreement with that. But the fact that these very specific mechanics, unfortunately, are synonymous with Pokemon.
They are,
because just about anyone, if you told them, if they have at least a superficial knowledge of gaming, and told them what you did, they'd be like, "Oh, that catching monster thing, or Pokemon or whatnot."
Yeah. Well, the problem is it's all synonymous with Pokemon just because they were doing it so well for so long that nobody challenged them on it. And then now it's like, okay, well, we're not going to be in the same genre, but we're going to have some of the same mechanics.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, well, unfortunately for you, we've decided we're the only ones allowed to ever do this.
Use these mechanics, yeah.
Eat shit, basically.
Nintendo going Yakuza again.
Oh, they did it again too. I got that in the weekly wrap up. Nintendo's always out there trying to find some money in a lawsuit.
Everyone always forgets how in the early days Nintendo were sort of gangsters.
They were. They were. They had their brothels and they had their appliances and they had, they had a lot of stuff going on back in the day that people aren't aware of. Everyone just thinks it's all Mario and Pokemon and just good times. Nah, it used to be some hard times for Nintendo back in the day. All right, let's shout one of our sponsors. Let's shout Rogue Energy. You use promo code Sparky3, you get 10% off your order. Use the referral link down below. So even if they have a different sale going on, that's fine. Just use the referral link and you're still going to be helping out the brand. Whether it's the hydration line, chilled line, or the energy, they're all fantastic, and we recommend them all. Again, that's promo code Sparky3 to get 10% off your order.
I don't know if they still had it, but didn't they have like a 50% off cans this week?
Did they? I missed that then. Crap. That black
I don't
cherry
know
lemonade.
if it's still going, though. Because it was like really early in the week. It was like on Monday.
Oh, yeah, I missed that one then. That black cherry lemonade, man. Ooh, buddy. That is good. I'm bummed out that I missed out on that one. I'm assuming it's well past, yeah.
I don't know. Let me check my Rogue Energy app.
Yeah, shout out to the app. Download the app, man, and use promo code Sparky3. Let's see. Rogue Energy. Be pretty nice if I can get some cheap cans. I'm down for that. I love that black cherry lemonade. I still need to get dragon fruit lemonade. I really need to get the dragon fruit lemonade.
Sure, I still need to pick up strawberry banana.
See, I'm not really interested in that one.
Yeah, but I'd try it.
Yeah, I mean, I would 100% try it, but I really don't want to commit to a tub, though. That's kind of where I'm at on things. I'm waiting for the next chill flavor, though.
Fill a tub full of bath water. Take a bath in it. What you don't drink.
Let's relax.
Yeah, so I bought a couple tubs during their like the buy one get one free tub event, and but I would just bought what I knew I wanted.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I don't care. I'll smell like bananas and strawberries.
Nothing wrong with smelling like it. It smells great. It's just it's not my favorite go-to beverage for an energy drink. It's better as a juice.
Again, you
Or
take it as a
smoothie.
bath salt.
No.
It's multi-purpose.
Let's move on.
All right. All right, let's do the Game Awards. Game of the Year nominee predictions, because that is coming up. Jeff hasn't posted about it, but it's coming up. It's going to be up in like 2 weeks.
This other list is making me mad.
I'm making you mad. All right, yeah, so we do have a list. That's what prompted the topic, okay? So
Is another one of IGN's Game of the Year?
No, this is Games Radar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is Game. So this is the Golden Joystick Game Awards by Games Radar Plus. The Ultimate Game of the Year list of nominees has been revealed. The voting has now closed, so you will find out the Ultimate Game of the Year here.
I see why they're making you mad, John.
It's remakes. There's a
it's
game
also
on
a
here
big list.
There's a game on here that's been out for 3 years, but it just hit 1.0, so they put it on the list.
Yeah, this is a pretty big list. So the list they've got is Satisfactory,
That
Astro
game's been
Bot,
out forever.
Silent Hill 2 Remake, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, I guess shout out to that, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Dragon Age The Veilguard, Metaphor Re-Fantasio, Animal Well, Balatro, Tekken 8, Helldivers 2, and Black Myth Wukong. That is the list for the Golden Joystick Game Awards by Games Radar.
I'll be honest, if I don't know based on public opinion, but I would have to say either Animal Will or Black Myth Wukong would be in the head on that. Maybe Metaphor up there, depending on how many people actually know what Animal Well is.
So my vote for since this one is all fan vote, I think this one's actually going to go to Astrobot. Is what I think it's going to go to. I think Astrobot and Black Myth are the two leaders here. If it's all going off fan vote, that's what I think. If Helldivers maintained its momentum all year long, I would throw that into the mix.
But it's fallen off.
Yeah. So I would say Black Myth and Astrobot are the two that I think are going to come out on top for the Ultimate Game of the Year, since this is all like fan vote as far as I know.
And Astrobot's good, but does it have that big of a backing behind it?
It's second highest rated game of the year or the first highest rated game of the year?
Yeah, but do you know sale? Like,
Yes,
how many
actually.
people actually bought it?
So I think the sales number, I just saw the update earlier today. It's either 1.5 mil or 3 mil. I can't remember.
Because it's like you can.
I mean,
you
Astrobot
can, you can be. I mean, this game deserves to be in contention.
Yeah, Astrobot's definitely in there.
Deserves to be in contention, but just because you're one of the higher rated games of the year doesn't mean that people are going to vote for. This is one that people would vote for, but
because I mean, everything I heard about Astrobot was good, in which I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah.
I just don't know how big the following for Astrobot was.
Which was
1.5 million was the sales.
which was kind of my question on that.
So 1.5 mil in 2 months is what it's done. And it is tied for the highest rated game of the year alongside Metaphor and Elden Ring Shadow of Erdtree at a 94 on Metacritic.
See, I like Metaphor and I like Atlas, but I still wouldn't think they would win this just because I don't see people voting for Metaphor because it's an RPG.
Yeah, see that was my kind of opinion too. Is I don't feel like it'd be
As much as I would love to see it win.
Yeah.
yeah, I would like for the actual game awards. I could see Metaphor taking like having a better chance of winning.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
For a fan vote,
for Golden Joystick, I don't know how much how much
Joystick
activity do they see for their awards.
Pretty good amount. I mean, they get some notable people there. Like last year, Troy Baker hosted it. This year, Ben Starr hosted. I mean, it's a fairly notable award
Ben
show.
Starr still got done dirty last year.
Yeah. And like in terms of their award winners, I mean, Golden Joystick's been around for 42 years.
Because I know I've heard the Golden Joystick Awards for
it's been around
several
for a while.
years.
It's been around since '83. So like in terms of the previous winners, it's pretty standard stuff. Last year, Baldur's Gate 3. Year before, Elden Ring. Year before that, Resident Evil Village. Year before that, Last of Us Part 2. Boo. Year before that, Resident Evil 2 Remake, John's favorite. And then
I
you
keep forgetting Resident Evil Village won stuff, and I was
Yeah.
like, that was a crap year.
2018 had Fortnite win. That's unfortunate, but I guess I get it. 2017, Breath of the Wild. 2016, Dark Souls 3.
basically just popularity vote.
So
That's why I'm saying Astrobot. I feel like Astrobot. would
again,
take
what's
it.
the you say 1.5 million purchases, but I mean, what's the actual following behind that?
Do we know how many people tend to vote on these?
That I don't know a number on though.
Yeah.
I would assume a decent amount though.
But
I mean, I would too, seeing as they have a whole show for it.
Yeah.
the problem is, I think you're thinking about it wrong. You're thinking about it as what's the higher rated games that came out this year that people enjoyed. This is a popularity contest.
That is fair. That is fair.
'Cause
I think Astrobot was pretty popular.
I mean, it was. I mean,
what do you
good.
think is going to be more popular, Astrobot or Silent Hill 2 remake that people have been asking for a decade?
Personally, Astrobot.
I would highly doubt that.
I would put Silent Hill in the top 5, but I would say Astrobot.
I'm gonna be honest. In terms of watching, in terms of streamers, I've seen more people stream Silent Hill 2 than I've seen Astrobot.
See, it's the opposite for me.
See,
that's probably your feed and my
Yeah,
feed
yeah,
versus,
yeah. So it's feeds here because it's the opposite for me.
But regardless of who's streaming what, you got to remember this is like pretty much. Can anybody vote on this?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is going to be people that may not necessarily play a lot of games can cast a vote for this. If they see Silent Hill 2 remake or Astrobot on there, the average person is probably not going to know what Astrobot is. The average person doesn't know what Silent Hill 2 is.
That's fair. Now that's fair. Well, if that's the case, then it's going to go to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth over Silent Hill, in my opinion.
So that's the thing, but it's like you got to look at what's got the most amount of traction.
I'm gonna be and yeah. And I would say Silent Hill 2 because I mean Final Fantasy 7. Yeah, a lot of people wanted that and whatnot, but it's not the first Final Fantasy 7 Advent remake. It's the next part of it.
Yeah.
I'm also not saying Silent Hill 2 is winning this. I'm
No.
looking at it as just like
From a popularity.
An average person is going to probably vote for that over an Astrobot because they're going to know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
If they know enough to cast a vote, it's like it's going to be that or what is something in the past few months that's gotten an incredible amount of like notoriety and news.
Honestly, look, maybe it's just my feed is fucked up because like the conversation for me around Silent Hill 2 is very minimal. I'm just keeping it real, so that's why it's not even on my radar.
Yeah.
But if that's your question, then I think go to Black Myth.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's like if I look at this list of games, I'm like, okay. Animal Well had a pretty big following.
Yep.
It's like Satisfactory people jump in and out of. Nobody's giving it a game.
Even the
of a
people
year.
who playing Satisfactory go, "Why is it on this list?"
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like people have been playing Satisfactory for a long time. It's like, oh, hey, we got an update for Satisfactory. Why is it on this list? It's been out forever.
Yeah.
I mean, my only thing with Animal Well, I mean, it sticks out to me just because we're aware of that whole game and whatnot. I still think it could be fun, but it's also one of those more niche things of this is what it was Donkey who released it, yes?
Yeah, Donkey.
So, I mean, we're in the know and we know who Donkey is and all that fun stuff. For an average, just casual player, they may have no clue what Animal Well is.
Yeah, they'll see Animal Well and be like, what is that?
Even though it was overwhelmingly popular,
Yeah.
I mean, people are still playing it, trying to find secrets in that game.
Yep.
Yeah.
But its feed has died off because that was like at the very beginning of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was early on, I think. But when I look at this list, I'm like, okay, what people are going to see these games and try to think back on them. It's like Black Myth probably on this list has got the most news this year. Helldivers 2 probably hit the biggest high out of everything on this year.
That's true.
Silent Hill 2's got the everybody wanted it for so long, so they're gonna see it. Even if they forgot about it, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I forgot that came out.
I don't know how the reception for Black Ops 6 has been.
It's Call of Duty.
People are playing it. That's the main thing.
It's a Black Ops.
It's had a great launch with people playing it, but in terms of like reviews, it's a Call of Duty.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a Call of Duty game. People are
The player count is fantastic.
Yeah.
So people are going to look at it and go, oh, Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Move
yeah,
on.
Exactly. The player count is huge. Sales on Steam and PlayStation both are like I think I saw 65% up, and then the Game Pass aspect of things helped. Like it's had a massive launch
Gotcha.
of players, but it's still Call of Duty. So it's just I don't know. It's just there to be there, I guess.
Yeah.
In terms of the golden joysticks, I'm standing on it. I think it's going to be Astrobot or Black Myth. I think Black
My
Myth is the strong
official
one.
guess for this is going to be Black Myth.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say Black Myth as well. Because
Yeah. Because, like,
why is Balatro on this list? Was Balatro that popular?
Yes.
Okay.
It reached some pretty high. Now, see, that was in my feed. Not Silent Hill 2, but that was.
Balatro was the quiet juggernaut of the year. Less so like on Steam and that. Like it got popular on Steam. It went to mobile and it exploded.
I did not realize it went to mobile.
It went to mobile and everybody.
See, I knew Balatro did a lot better than I expected it to whenever John first mentioned the game to us and saw it. Because it popped up into my feed for a while as well. And I was like, I didn't expect this to blow up as much as it did.
Right.
It was one where it scratched the itch people didn't know they wanted.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did decent enough on like Steam. It went to mobile and it exploded.
Took off. Gotcha.
Yeah. So, in terms of the Keeley Awards, what are you guys' predictions for the nominees? The 6 predictions.
Metaphor.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Metaphor on there right after bat. Astrobot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw Final Fantasy on there.
Probably.
Respect.
And then I don't want to put Silent Hill on here, so I'm not going to. It's probably gonna take a slot, but I'm not putting it on there. So it's like I got half your list right there.
Okay. Well, Black Myth, too.
He said that first.
No, I didn't say it first. It's
you said Metaphor.
I'm putting those 3 on there. The Black Myth. I got a dark horse thing with the Keeley Awards where there may have been enough controversy with game science, like on the company side of it, where Keeley will put it in its own category, but not Game of the Year. So I'll put the other 3 forward if someone else wants to put it up there.
So you said Astrobot, Metaphor, and Final Fantasy. I'll go ahead and be the one to say Black Myth.
It deserves to be there.
It does.
I'm just Keeley might be the one to be like, I don't know, it's a bit risky.
Zach, what's your opinion on Like a Dragon making it?
I was considering it be on there because I mean it did really well actually for Like a Dragon game. But I was currently going through double checking just random stuff from the year, see if anything stands out. I mean,
I don't think Zelda will make it.
Probably not.
I don't see that happening. Persona 3 Reload, I'd say no.
Yeah, I mean it was a remaster, but it hit off, but it didn't blow up.
Yeah, I mean honestly, could Balatro make it?
It's possible because I didn't realize it blew up as much as on
John
mobile.
says no, but I say maybe.
No, there's enough other games that came out this year. It's like, yeah, this was a big game. It's like there's a very good chance that ends up in mobile game category of the year, and if it wins, if it ends up in there, I feel like it should fucking dominate that category.
Right. I'm going through like Metacritic right now, looking stuff. I mean, I'm down to like the 83s and stuff, and nothing's like standing out to me. It's just like that's gonna make it into the game of the year at this point. Like Helldivers 2 fell off.
I mean, it might still reach in the game of the year if there's not a whole lot. Yeah.
Look, just because like
Dragon's Dogma 2, you think that could reach into there?
It shouldn't.
I think it fell off too much.
I don't think it reached high enough to.
Yeah,
I mean, that's sort of what I was thinking either. But I'm going through this list, and I mean,
so I'm gonna throw one out there. All right, so here we go. So John said Metaphor, Astrobot, Final Fantasy. I'm saying Black Myth for sure. So we got 2 more predictions from here at Gamestetic. Even though I don't think it deserves to make the list, and since I know Jeff and his team has a lot of control what's obviously on that list, I'm going to say Dragon Age the Veilguard. And for the dumbest reason in the world. This is the 10-year anniversary of Game Awards. The first Game Award winner was Dragon Age Inquisition. That's why I'm going to throw Veilguard
I mean,
there.
I was thinking possibly Veilguard because it is a big name. It's most recent. And yeah, it's sort of the big Dragon Age. Even though it's been sort of Was that? What you
I'm
got?
playing Dragon Age right now. I'm loving playing the game right now.
It's a lot of fun.
Having a blast.
I'm having a blast too.
I'm having a blast. I'm like 15 hours into the game or something
yeah.
right now. This game is about a 7 out of 10 as it gets.
Hey, we've seen 7 out of 10s in Game of the Year before. They just got to fill the category.
I'm just saying, it's like they could throw it in there if they just wanted to throw a Dragon Age name in there. I think if they put it in there, people just get mad.
I mean, it's possible, yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, people got mad about other stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like,
I'm gonna say it's gonna make it.
I mean,
again, for the dumbest reason, 10-year anniversary. Inquisition was the first winner.
Game of the Year is a category where it's 4 fillers, and then we know between 2 or this one's gonna win.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 legitimates and then fillers. That's how it always is, right? Every year. And for this year, I would say the 2 legitimates. I just said it for Golden. I'll say it again. Astrobot and Black Myth are the 2 legitimates for me. Like when I look at the landscape of gaming and the conversation of gaming,
you're not even gonna say Metaphor deserves to be in the contention for the top games of the year.
I do, but I don't think the conversation will actually be there.
I'm not playing it. It's like I'm not playing it. I know that's not a game for me, but I know that game is in contention for game of the year.
So it would be the equivalent of, what was it? It was just last year where we had like Zelda and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be the equivalent of where you had Zelda and Baldur's Gate, the 2 clear, and then you had Spider-Man 2 right beside it. That's where Metaphor falls to me, just from the landscape of gaming. Right, like, I think it'd be Astrobot or Black Myth, because knowing the Keeley Awards, like, look, I'm gonna say it now. I wouldn't be shocked if Astrobot wins it, even though it may not be the true game of the year. I think that should probably go to like Black Myth, but I can just see it being with how Keeley Awards are.
I don't know how I feel about Astrobot. I mean, I know it's been well received and everything.
I think it should win its own category.
Yeah, it should. Yeah,
I don't. It should win its own category, and it should be proud to stand as like one of the top 3 contenders for the year. But I don't think it should win.
Yeah.
Do you think that Elden Ring DLC will be in it?
That's what I keep questioning.
No, they're gonna make a category for DLC for this year.
Yeah, just so it can win an award.
So it can.
Is that what we're saying?
I think so.
I'm predicting they're gonna have a DLC category or or it's gonna go into their games that continued development category. What's the
Skyfall? Not Skyfall.
No Man's Sky. Yeah, the one that No Man's Sky sweeps every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna win that category.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm looking at it, and it's got to be in a category, and because people did have to purchase it again, it wasn't like a full game release. But
Yeah. See, that's what I'm wondering too. Is I'm wondering if Jeff's gonna really try to twist this bullshit to put Shadow of Erdtree in there. If it gets in there, it's winning. I'm saying it now. If it somehow gets in Game of the Year, it's
Shadow
winning.
of Erdtree makes its way into the Game of the Year category,
that category's done.
It wins. It's over. It wins, and if it doesn't, it should.
Right?
And if it doesn't, Elden Ring players are going to riot.
But it shouldn't get in that category.
It shouldn't be in Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Will I be surprised if somehow it is Game of the Year? No.
No, I'm not going to either, because we know how much Jeff loves Elden Ring. Let's not forget when he got the big reveal of it. He's like, it's finally here, and it's the big reveal. Like, it wouldn't shock me if Shadow of the Erdtree makes it in there, just because that's just some bullshit that he would pull, right? Oh man, if it gets in there, that's going to be a rant of an episode from Gamesthetic. So we got one more spot. Do we want to be spicy and say Shadow of Erdtree? Or do we want to actually put in an actual full game?
I'm going to be honest, Erdtree's really the only thing that's been standing out to me.
So no Like a Dragon for you. You wouldn't say Like a Dragon could be.
I mean, I could see Like a Dragon being in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had added that in there. My bad.
No, it has not been added. So we had Metaphor, we had Astrobot, Final Fantasy, Dragon Age, Black Myth. So we got the one left. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, Infinite Wealth.
Okay. Well, there you go. There's our 6 here at GameStatic. We'll see if we're going to be right or not. I'm going to be pissed if Shadow of Erdtree makes that damn list. No, when you look at the year of gaming, though, there's actually so many titles, and there's a lot of underrated titles that just got
a lot of stuff came out this year.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that's gotten just forgotten about.
Yeah, not saying that this wasn't a stacked year and whatnot. It's just for Game of the Year, you're always looking at what was the big drops that everyone had their eyes on.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's Tactical Breach Wizards, which I know did fantastically well. It's overwhelmingly positive on Steam, but I'm not going to expect that to be in Game of the Year.
Yeah, true. I just hope that, with all the different categories that some of these, like, kind of forgotten about gems, kind of get a little recognition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's give Prince of Persia a little love. Let's give Unicorn Overlord a little love, Because I forgot Unicorn Overlord came out this year.
How did you forget that?
There's been so much happening this year.
There's Stellar Blade too. When that
Yeah,
came
that's
out,
right.
that had all the news happening.
Yeah, it did. Stellar Blade came out this year. There was a lot of solid titles that came out this year that's just kind of gotten forgotten about because bigger things have kind of come out. So I hope a lot of these titles that came out this year get a chance to shine in some capacity, at least get nominated. That's all I want. But yeah, Astrobot, Metaphor, Black Myth, Dragon Age, Infinite Wealth, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. There you go. I'll say the conversation on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was I feel like super non-existent this year, especially compared to when the original remake came out.
I think it's too niche for Trails of the Daybreak to
Yeah.
make its way in.
I think so.
The Game of the Year, yeah.
Yeah, like a
I
JRPG category,
I think like a
RPG category, yeah.
With the way those are getting reviews and the way they're getting more attention these days, a couple years and they might be able to make their way
Oh,
in.
most definitely. In a couple years, yeah.
I think it's I was just getting an opinion. It's like they're becoming more and more notable.
Oh, most people, a lot of RPG fans are definitely drawing back towards them if you weren't deep diving and knew what they were already. But I mean, yeah, I don't feel like there's enough conversation around them for them to get Game of the Year. I would expect to see it in the RPG category though this year.
Dude, the RPG category is gonna be fucking crazy this
Oh yeah,
year.
no,
No,
RPG
it really
sort of
is.
stacked
It's gonna
this
be
year.
Yo, because
wild.
like thinking about the RPG category, you've got Metaphor,
Yep.
you've got Dragon Age, you've got Like a Dragon, you've got Unicorn, you've got Paper Mario, you've got Mario and Luigi. I mean,
Did Mario and Luigi make it in?
Not
they're within the window of making something for the Game Awards, but
Okay.
I don't think they're going to get nominated for anything. I'm just spouting out RPGs.
some of those are not like the other.
That's true.
Some of those are top tier RPGs.
That is
Yeah.
correct.
Some of them are decent enough RPGs, but not on the same
I was about to
caliber.
say, unfortunately, I wouldn't expect Unicorn to be in there because I mean, there's been too many solid RPGs
Yep.
that it would knock Unicorn out.
Yep. I agree to that. No, it's a stacked year for RPGs. I think that's one of the categories I'm most excited for is seeing who's all going to get nominated for that. But no, stacked. Honestly, pretty solid year for gaming, and next year is going to get even more crazy. Although the thing that kind of sucks about next year is you've already got your Game of the Year locked in. Like and that kind of sucks.
What, GTA 6?
It's going to be GTA 6. Hands down. As long as it comes out and it's a good game.
I mean, as long as it's not trash, yeah.
Yeah,
As long as it comes out and works.
Yeah, it comes out and works, it's winning Game of the Year. For every single award show out there, that's what's winning next year. So next year's, it's more so, all right, what's our second place game next year?
I mean, unless something just drops randomly that's able to shine as much as GTA 6, yeah, it's going to be hard to overtake it.
Yeah, GTA 6 is winning.
It's literally just, it's Rockstar's to throw away.
Yeah, it really is. Like, there's nothing that could come out that could compete with it. There's just not.
Who do you think's winning the Nintendo category this year?
Astrobot.
Yeah, I think Astrobot. I don't think
Nintendo can't catch a break, and they've lost 3 years in a row.
They usually don't win their own category.
Yeah, we're referring to the family game category.
There's usually like 4 or 5 Nintendo games and then something else, and the something else always wins.
Just won the last 3 years.
Yep. Because like this year
Because it used to be in Nintendo category, and I was like, all right, it's a Nintendo game. Nope.
If it wasn't for Astrobot, I think because I think that's a category. Do you think Echoes of Wisdom is going to make its way into that category this year?
I could see it.
I could see it, yeah. Like I could.
I mean, it's not overly violent.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Echoes making it. You got Paper Mario, you got Mario and Luigi, you got Super Mario Party Jamboree. I mean, you got a lot of Nintendo titles that could throw into that category.
And then Astrobot.
Astrobot. And Astrobot. One of these games is different from the other. One of these games is like top tier. Yeah, no, Astrobot's winning the family game category 100%. So, Any other Dark Horse predictions you guys want to throw out? Any other predictions of any capacity for the Game Awards?
Think Pokemon Pocket is going to be in the mobile category?
I would say so. I don't see why not. I mean, huge following right out of the gate.
That could be a pretty fun category this year.
Yeah.
Mobile, yeah.
Because I feel like if Blatcher blew up as much as you're telling me, Blatcher probably has it hands down.
Because that's usually isn't that usually like the Hoyoverse category?
Yeah.
No, not always.
I thought it would be.
I mean, not mobile.
Well, I mean, at least like their mobile category, they're usually in there.
They're usually in a mobile category. Yeah.
They're working their way towards locking that category down.
Yeah. I mean, it's usually Genshin, Honkai, and then the filler, the other stuff.
And now it's going to be Genshin, Honkai, Zenless, and then the fillers.
But I mean, they lose it occasionally because I mean they lost it to what's our Marvel card game?
Snap.
Snap.
Yeah,
They lost to Marvel Snap.
They're trying to be the only one in the category though.
Yep.
I mean, they have enough games to fully occupy that category, but no one plays.
Well, yeah, they're trying to have enough like popular games where they're like one of these years we're winning it for sure.
Because nobody talks about Impact Third, and then I didn't realize they had a game before Impact Third that nobody talks about. Not Tower of Fantasy. It's I'd have to look it up. I saw it a couple months back. I can't remember what it is now. So they have enough games to occupy that territory. So they don't.
I have not. Speaking of Snap, though, dude, I have not played Snap in a fucking hot minute. I just wish there was an easier way to get cards.
Nope.
If there was an easier way to get cards, I would actually probably still be playing it.
You've been poured a lot of money into that game.
I have poured a lot of money into Snap. I've poured $0 into Pokemon TCG Pocket, though, so I'm proud of myself for that. And I've gotten a pretty good little stack of cards. So, shout out to that. Let's also shout out Agent Inc., one of our other sponsors. You can refer a link down below and pick up some merch, whether it's one of our 2 hats or one of our jerseys. We'd appreciate that support. Again, use the refer link down below, pick up some merch. You can also go over to sparky3shop.com, pick up some merch over there as well. All right. Did you guys have any topics, anything that you guys want to chat about? If not, we can start going through the weekly wrap-up. Anything going on? Anything special?
Not particularly, no.
I haven't tried it yet. But there's a new free-to-play MMO type game that was just released, I believe, early access. I might as well call it early access on Steam, called Brighter Shores, from the Gower brothers. Mm-hmm. They're the two original guys behind RuneScape.
Ooh.
I actually saw that. I didn't catch
now that you mentioned that, yeah, I remember seeing like a trailer for this.
So
I didn't catch the name, but yeah.
Brighter Shores came out a couple days ago. I have not tried it yet, but it is on my list to try this weekend.
You know what? Now that you mention that,
Different type of progression system, and everything. I haven't tried it. I don't know what all is involved with it yet, but I will. I do plan on jumping into it either today or tomorrow.
I was curious of that out because that article for that did pop in my feed, but I'm not big into RuneScape, so I more or less just glanced at the article name and went, "Oh, that's neat," and passed on.
But yeah, interesting enough. Like I said, haven't tried it yet.
Right.
Hopefully next episode or something, I might be able to give some more feedback on it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll follow up on that maybe next week or something. I immediately went to go check on Steam because it's like I was thinking, like, man, is that what our friend Andy was playing recently? No, it wasn't. But I know that's one that he would probably want to check out too. So, but yeah. Now that you mention it, though, yeah, I remember seeing the trailer for this. It was at some showcase a while ago. The trailer for this, I want to think.
I don't remember ever seeing one
I was about to
at
say,
a showcase.
I've only seen articles recently about it.
Okay, maybe it wasn't. I just remember. I remember watching a trailer for this.
This is one where it's like
I was about to say
a
they were
few
fairly
people
quiet.
have known about it just because
yeah.
we've heard.
Maybe Andy sent it to me directly. Is what it was.
We've just heard the rumblings of that this game was going to be released.
I was about to say, yeah, no. This week was the first time I even saw any articles mentioning they had a game in the works.
Yeah, it's they've had it going for a little while. Now that I think about it, I think it was Andy sent it to me.
we've been waiting on it to get its release or like initial release for a while now.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to that. You said it was free to play?
Well, yeah, I think it's similar to RuneScape, where
Okay.
it's free to play membership option.
John,
Zach,
September 17th.
Okay, that's Pat.
That's next year.
Yep, that's passed a little bit.
My bad. November 17th.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, now we're cooking.
Sparkball. Season 0.
There's a lot happening in November. It's already a lot happening in November. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to play everything in November I want to play.
But yes, Sparkball is going into Season 0 and will be playable to the general public again.
Nice.
For November, we got what? We got Dragon Age 3 HD 2D remake.
Dragon Quest.
Yep.
Dragon Quest 3.
Yep.
Yeah,
I know.
a lot of dragons.
A lot
these
of
days.
dragon stuff.
Yeah,
going
but yeah,
on.
Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake. Be looking forward to playing that. It's in the weekly wrap up. We haven't quite gotten there yet. Stalker 2 has gone gold.
Yep.
Shout out! Finally, I'm so happy for them.
And I plan on playing that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what all is there, but there's a lot happening in November.
Yeah.
I just look and I'm like, shit, man, I got a lot to play.
lot
I'm trying
going
to
on.
beat Dragon Age the Veilguard right now. I don't
Right.
know.
My holidays are freed up. I mean, I don't got shit until next Zenless update. So.
Yeah.
Then in between there, I got to be playing Deadlock.
Yeah. You got a lot going on. See, I'm bouncing between 3 right now for me. I'm bouncing between still working on Metaphor. Been doing a lot of Dragon Age. And then since Thursday, since it's a very special day for me, I did start a new Mass Effect trilogy playthrough.
dang
Yeah, so I'm
Oh
almost,
wait, yeah. Then I'm still playing the last song, Last Faith, I think, or something on my Steam Deck.
Yeah,
Jumping between it every now and then.
right.
God damn.
But yeah, I'm on Mass Effect again. I've almost beat the first game. I'm on Ilos right now, from Thursday to now. So I don't 100% that game. I'll be honest with you. I've 100% it before. There's a lot of side quests I just don't give a
there's
shit
no
about.
reason to 100% it more than once or twice.
Yeah, no point. I go through and I did the side quest I gave a shit about, and then it's just like, all right, it's main mission time. I think I got like 9 hours in the game, and I'm like, we're on Ilos. We're finishing this thing up. I'm ready to get to 2. I mostly just want to play 3. I'm itching for a 3 playthrough right now.
And just play 3.
I was gonna say you're
I'm playing on Xbox. I don't have a completed run. All my completed stuff is on PlayStation 5.
you're playing a lot of Dragon Age right now, right?
Yeah, no, I am.
Are you doing like every side quest and shit you come across?
Pretty much everything that pops up, yeah, I want to do it. I've been
I am
actively trying to do
too. I'm
everything.
getting a little tired of doing them. 'Cause a lot of them are
A lot of them.
a lot of them suck.
Yeah,
A lot of the quests suck.
yeah, that's unfortunate. No, anything that's been popping up, I've been trying to do it. I want to try to get everything done in this first playthrough.
I'm trying to do as much as I can, but it's like it's a little tedious right now because I just did. How far are you?
Probably
Probably further than I am.
yeah. So I have not got my next companion after Lucanus yet. If that kind of gives you, have you got him yet?
John's going, who's
Yes.
Lucanus?
The assassin.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So I have Lucanus, and then I have another one, and then I have the quest to get the other ones.
Okay, yeah. So actually, me and you are about at the same point right now.
Have you had to have your big choice between going to help 2 places?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that, and now I'm doing a bunch of quests for like cleaning up the the location I didn't go to, and it's like go do it. It's like go help out, kill some stuff, clean up, come back, talk to the guy, go back, do it again, come back, talk to the guy, go back, do it again. It's like, come on,
Are you playing an RPG?
What's Dragon Age?
So yes. So this, I don't know why you're complaining. This is standard RPG.
I know it's just it's tedious because you go to the location. It's like the MMO portion, like when you go to a new zone, and it's
Yeah.
like kill the enemies here and report back to me. And then they're like, okay, now that you've done that, kill the enemies here, and it's like 50 feet further.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my quest progression.
This
right
is
now.
standard RPG.
Yeah, but this is every quest in the game. At least some of the other quests.
I don't know why you're complaining, man. This is standard
Zach,
fetch and murder.
Zach, you know that most RPGs aren't just standard fetch quests. This is a lot of the ones in this are just like, okay, you're gonna go here, you're gonna fight a thing, gonna be a little bit of dialogue happening, but
Yeah.
you're just fighting and going on. I'm enjoying the game, but God, there's very little to like. Or there's very little character to like.
The characters have been okay. Lucanus, I like. Lucanus is really cool.
I'll be honest, from like the
Lucanus
reviews,
is the only one I'm not flirting with.
from the reviews, a lot of people are very mid about the character casting this time around.
It's the thing. It's like so many of the quests are companion quests.
Yeah, they are.
Oh God.
It's like there's a lot of companion quests. So it's like you're doing a lot of stuff with them.
Yeah.
And the quest is just there's nothing happening. It's
Right.
go to the location, fight some stuff.
Who's your least favorite character so far? I'm curious if you and I are on the same page. Out of the companions, that is. It's either Neve or Lucanus. Really? Oh man, Lucanus is great.
I love him and I love his abilities in combat. I don't give a shit about him.
I think he's a fun character, man. He's like my somewhat new Garrus for this game. He's my bro. We're both rogues. We're both from the Crows. Okay, so we're bros. We're having a great time.
No, I just
Maybe if you're a rogue and you're a crow, maybe you would like him better. I don't know.
Doubtful.
No. I like the new guy I got.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember their name?
No.
Is it like
I know what he is, and I like the way he speaks so far.
Is it like the necromancer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the necromancer guy.
Is he straight up just a witch doctor?
He's very posh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I like the way his character talks and the way he's
Yeah.
hanging out.
Right.
I don't really like Neve, but I also just really haven't taken her on any missions or anything with
See,
me.
I like her so far. For me, it's Harding that I don't really care for. Harding's all right.
Harding goes with me everywhere,
Uh-huh.
mainly just because she's got the best heal.
That's fair. That's fair.
Her heal's the best out of. It's the only ability of hers I really use.
Yeah.
But it's like my other companion is usually like I need someone that has good abilities, and then I need Harding for the heal.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because John's played a war, so I was just like, come on, Harding, keep me alive.
Yeah,
It's like Harding, you come with me, you heal
hop on
me.
my back.
It's like you heal me, and then I tell you to attack them, and that is your job.
Harding is straight up a Final Fantasy healer for you.
Yeah,
100%.
Because everyone else is like they kind of just. It's kind of like they throw a potion at you. It's just instant heal.
Yeah.
Harding's is like, it's a pulsing heal.
Okay. It's a dot heal?
Yeah, so it's a dot heal, and you can choose. It's like she is. You can choose in her perk tree to make like either the first tick to do a lot of healing or the last tick to do a lot of healing.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's like Harding's kind of my. Everyone else is kind of replaceable on there. But Harding
I don't
is
care
like,
about any of you, but if Harding goes down, you all die too.
well, it's also like the first choice you make in the game is to bring a character with you. And I chose Harding, and it's like I'm like, okay, well, it's like you were the first choice I made. You sticking with me?
See, that's me with Nev because I chose Nev at the beginning.
Yeah.
Now it's Lucanus. Lucanus is my boy, but again, we're both crows, right? And we're both rogues, so we're
has some of
bros.
the best like active abilities that you can use.
His abilities are awesome, dude. He's a fun character. I enjoy him.
Yeah, I might bring him back now that I'm getting really heavy into like necrosis damage and stuff.
Then you can bring the other necromancer with you too, and just have a great time. Gotta have Harding.
I was gonna say I've said Harding is in the party.
So Harding is your Garrus right now. Got it.
I
Harding
don't know what
is
that means.
committed team member.
Yeah. Garrus. When I say that's your Garrus, that means committed team. It's never a question of who's going with you. It's a question of who's going with you and Harding.
Yeah.
Because that's how it is with me. It's never a question of who's going with me. It's a question of who's going with me and Garrus.
See, I always play differently because in my mind, my thing's like, yeah, Garrus is there, but I'm just like, which two you want to go kill something?
No, look. For
I
me,
have no dedicated teammates.
I have dedicated teammates. For Mass Effect 1, it is Garrus and Rex, because that is the only time you can use Rex besides the DLC. For Mass Effect 2, once I unlock them, it is me, Garrus, and Thane, and we are the trio. We're having a great time. For 3, that's where it's kind of whatever. I like Javik a lot. I bring James. I bring Tally. Mostly it's those 3. That's who I
What
really-
class do you play in Mass Effect?
Either a Vanguard or a Soldier. I've also played a Adept before as well.
Okay.
But mostly Vanguard or Soldier.
I play Sentinel.
Yeah.
So my thing is always I have all the tech I need, but I need backup tech. So I bring one tech and one engineer with me as well.
That's fair. I respect that. I respect that.
Yeah, I'm trying to play with some more of the characters in there and try to rotate through some of them. Problem is, since Harding is always with me, I'm just rotating one at a time.
Yeah, trust me, I get that. I get that. That's a problem with me and Garrus. It's especially a problem once you get into 2 and you have a huge roster of Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, the largest roster yet.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh man, well, Garrus has got to come with me. So it's like, who else is going to come? That's the struggle, man.
See, I guess my standard team in 2 was Morden and Tali.
You were a big Morden guy. Yeah.
I liked Morden.
Morden's a great character. I'm not gonna hate on that, man. I think wasn't it me and you, we did like a in 7-day favorite characters ranking. I think you had Morden number 1.
Yeah,
if I remember right.
probably do.
Yeah. Shout out to that, man. Shout out to that. All right, let's get in the weekly wrap up. So the first thing I want to make sure to shout out here is rest in peace, Tony Todd. That was very unexpected. Did not see that coming. That was out of nowhere. Passed away at age 69. He's known for movies like Candyman and Final Destination and The Crow. And then recently he voiced Venom in Insomniac's Marvel's Spider-Man 2. And obviously so much more. He's got more titles that are currently in production that are on the way, including a new Final Destination. So I guess his character, Mr. William Bludgeon, I think he was basically I think that was his character name, but he was basically deaf. He was deaf in Final Destination. But yeah, that's super unfortunate to see that passing. Hate that. Going on from there. So still talking about BioWare and stuff. We had in 7-day this past week. No major news on the new Mass Effect because of the recent release of Dragon Age: The Veilguard, being just coming out. Wanted to kind of focus on that and focus on all that, just the hype around it.
Because of the game, not all the controversy it drew up.
Yeah. So a few things that did come out from in 7-day though is there was a Mass Effect armor added to Dragon Age Veilguard after you complete an early game mission for Harding. I think it's called like the Sacred Sword or something like that. Once you complete that mission, you can find the armor in a chest at the lighthouse. Shout out to that. It looks really sick.
Oh, that's why that chest was there earlier.
Yep, it has the Mass Effect armor. It looks fantastic.
I didn't look at it yet. I was walking. I went back to the lighthouse for the first time in a while, and I went, "Why is there a chest right here?"
Yep. There is a new John Shepard statue from Dark Horse that is available for pre-order. Looks really sick there. I think it was $180 if you pre-order it right now. But it will go up to $200 here in like the next week or two.
You know how quickly that would have sold out if it was FemShop?
It already did. It already sold out. It already happened. Yeah, because that was my question when I saw it. I was like, was there a FinShep version? I went and looked at their store, and it already came and went.
Cool.
Yeah, no, that already happened. At some point, that happened.
Cool.
And already sold out. But anyway. There was also a Phoenix Armor variant Rex statue from Dark Horse that's available for pre-order, and I did pre-order this.
Which is the Phoenix armor?
That was his family armor. So so the white one that you get. Yeah. So it was a Rex statue that I was already planning to pick up because they have
It's a Rex statue.
Do what?
It's a Rex statue. You stopped there.
Yeah, I know. I was already planning to get it, right? Because I bought the Garrus one because there's 4 Dark Horse ones.
Yeah.
There's Garrus, Tali, Liara, and Rex. And I was already planning to get Rex, but then I saw this one with his armor. I'm like, there's only 1,000 made. It comes with a certificate. Sure, let's go ahead and just buy that one. $70 in BioWare store right now. Shout out to that. There's also a bunch of new clothes for pre-order and stuff, including the new N7 trench coat that's on the new Pro Tag. So shout out to that. That's kind of neat. And then the big news: Mass Effect TV show is officially in the works at Amazon. Mike Gamble will be executive producing alongside Ari Arad, who did Iron Man and Punisher, as well as Kareem Zarek. I think that's how I pronounce his last name. I'm not sure. Who did the OG Daredevil. And then the one thing that's got a lot of people concerned is Daniel Casey is writing, who wrote Fast and the Furious 9, The Fast Saga. So
just seeing that, all those credits, that's the only one when I went, okay, guys.
Yeah, no. So, okay, Mike Gamble being involved, big W.
Which Punisher did he do?
The OG.
Okay.
The OG, yeah, because he did, obviously, first Iron Man, then he did the OG Punisher. But Mike Gamble being involved, that's awesome. Ari being involved is actually pretty cool. He's got a lot of credits. I like Ari a lot and stuff that he's produced. And then, honestly, it being with Amazon gives me some hope. Like I'm not crying tears of joy like I would be if it went to Max. If it went to Max, I would be crying tears of joy.
Yeah.
But it going to Amazon, okay.
Still solid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad about that.
They got some leeway along because they did Fallout solidly.
Yeah, they did Fallout good. You know, they've done other adaptations well, like the Rings of Power.
Right.
Yeah, that's done pretty well. Of course, they've got The Boys and they got Invincible adaptations of comics or graphic novels there. That's done well. So I have hope that Amazon won't screw this over. But Daniel Casey writing is a little concerning. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Hopefully, we only get the occasional cringe line.
Yeah. And here's the question that someone proposed, and I'm like, that's a damn good question. Are you gonna do Melshep or Femshep? That's the real question. That is a damn good question. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I mean,
You do male ship, and you know what you do? You have the guy who played Master Chief.
No, stop. No, don't ruin this for me.
Why not? My show got ruined.
Yeah, you can keep your ruined show over there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm giving you the lead star.
No.
I mean, based on Amazon's leeway, and from my understanding, how most people feel about Amazon productions, it's going to be Femshep. Because if you go watch
That's what I think too.
Most Amazon productions, there's usually some sort of female pro tag, and a lot of people who watch Amazon shows are sort of done with that, apparently, or at least the ones who want to be vocal are done with that.
I think it'll be Femshep. I think Femshep is a strong possibility there. Because I know in terms of the trilogy, Femshep is the more popular one.
Most definitely, hands down.
Yeah, she's the more popular one. Mark Meir did a fantastic job as Melshep, but Jennifer Hale, dude, she crushed it as Femshep. Like it's amazing what she did as Femshep. Going from there, we got some of John's favorites, Switch 2 news, but this time it's official news. Official news that we already knew, but it's just, I guess, cool to see it get confirmed. Nintendo has officially confirmed that the Switch 1 games will be backwards compatible. That's great. Kind of already assumed that since this is the first console they're going to release where you don't have to make a new Nintendo account and you can transfer your current Nintendo account over. So just putting two and two together, that's pretty obvious, but I'm glad we have the official written confirmation that yes, this is happening. So that's cool.
Also, I mean, what better way could they have pissed off their entire fan base of what is the Switch now? Like, is it in the top 3?
No, it's number 2.
Top 2 consoles of all time, and be like, yeah, all those games you got, buy them again.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. All right, so let me see what the current numbers are.
You thought that unique cartridge was good for more than one gen? Nope.
Okay, so no, it's number 3. It is number 3. Only behind, obviously, the PS2 and the Nintendo DS. So it's up there. It's getting there. But some other things that came out, though, is that Nintendo put out with their investor meeting that Nintendo's just revamping how they work with third parties, which we already kind of saw that with the Switch. The Switch had a lot of third-party support, unlike previous consoles, and now they're just trying to ramp it up even more with the establishment of a Nintendo Dev Portal, support of numerous middleware like Unity and Unreal, as well as a release of affordable dev kits for everyone. They put out a big list of highlighted studios. It was 32 studios that I counted, shown for partnerships, including some like Microsoft, Atlas, Capcom, EA, Konami, Sega, and Square Enix, and a lot more. So, I mean, that's great from a third-party aspect because the third-party element of the Switch has been a phenomenal element of, for the console because it's like so many people will look at a game like, I would like to play that on the go. I'd like to play that like laying in bed. That sounds fun. But now going into a console that's going to have similar power to like a PS4 Pro and Xbox Series S, well, yeah, that's less powerful than we would like. There's still a lot of cool third-party support that you can get going on there. So, shout out to that. Mario and Luigi Brothership came out. Some pretty solid reviews. 80 on Metacritic, 79 on OpenCritic, lots of 9s, 8s, and 7s out of 10. And then IGN gave it a 5 out of 10. Shout out to IGN.
Thinks this game is like way worse than Concord. Apparently,
I know. Which
that's my measurement for everything IGN related. Is IGN gave Concord a 7.
Yep. No.
Do we just put Concord at 7 now?
Maybe we should. Maybe we should change.
We can't do that. You can't put Concord as a 7 out of 10 over there on our list after earlier I said Dragon Age the Veilguard
is a solid
is a straight down the list 7 out of 10. We can't promote 7 out of 10 being good
and then put
Concord on there. We're trying to meme on IGN.
just put in parentheses IGN's vote.
Yeah. IGN's vote.
You can have a second board for. Oh, that's what we should do. We should get a second board. It just be like
our meme board.
Our numbers that like the weirdest ones that IGN gave a number to.
Oh yes. All right, Tyler. I need another whiteboard. I know you're going to listen to the show. I need another whiteboard, my friend. That's a good idea. We need to do that.
Find like the most out of pocket games that scored highly.
Yeah.
Just pull out our board. All right. Now let's take a look at IGN.
Yep, exactly. The IGN board. Here we go. No, it's also like I'm trying to think of the name of the review company over in Japan. I don't know if it's Gamatsu or not, but there's someone who does their ranking out of 40, and that same meme of IGN gave Concord a 7. There's a lot of people that uses their ranking of Sonic Forces because they gave Sonic Forces like a 37 out of 40, and that game is atrocious. So it's like when they rank a game, it's just like now it's time to play the game of did it score higher than Sonic Forces? Oh, it came in at a 34. No, it did not.
Damn.
So it's the same energy with IGN and their Concord at a 7. Jesus Christ, IGN. All right, next up, we also had an investor meeting for Take-Two as well, and Take-Two kind of put out their plan schedule, once again reaffirmed when GTA 6 was coming out was kind of the big thing, and that is fall of calendar 2025. They also, Civ 7 still slated for February. That's not changing there. WWE 2K25 Q4 fiscal year 25. Borderlands and Mafia: The Old Country both come out fiscal year 2026, and that Judas game that looks a lot like BioWare just... It'll come.
BioWare?
Not BioWare. Bioshock. Thank you. It'll come out sometime. I don't know when, but they are really hammering the GTA 6 is coming out next fall. That is twice now they've doubled down on it. So I guess we shall see if it comes out, and if it does, that is the Game of the Year winner. That's gonna be one of those things that even if it comes out like right after the Keeley Awards deadline, because I think the deadline for Keeley Awards is like November 18th or something. Let's say GTA 6 comes out like November 20th. Oh, he's making an exception. It's like, oh no, GTA 6, it's got to be in there. It's got to fuck the rules. It's going to be in there. Next up is Death Stranding Director's Cut is now released on Xbox, and I guess the reason behind that is now because Kojima Productions now fully owns the Death Stranding IP. I didn't know.
It would be real.
I didn't
funny.
realize he didn't own it.
I didn't. I guess it was because Sony owned it. So.
Oh, okay.
It would be really funny for the Game Awards next year. If for the Game of the Year category, he had the Game of the Year, and then he just had its own category that was just called GTA 6.
Basically, that's what he needs to do. He needs to have Game of the Year and Ultimate Game of the Year, kind of like Golden Joystick.
He's just like has it in there. It's like a separate category, and he goes through the whole night without saying anything. And for anybody that was wondering, GTA 6 won its own category for everything because we wanted some competition.
Yeah, exactly. Wanted to kind of open things up a little bit. Have some WB news. WB Games have said that Multiverses has severely underperformed.
Yeah.
No surprise there.
I mean, they released it in a less fun state.
Yeah.
They took a game that everyone was playing and having a lot of fun with away for a long time.
Well, about half a year.
I was going to say like 6 months or something they took it away for. Reworked it into a state that was way less fun and then released it.
Yep.
Which is funny because on their Discord, they just announced Season 4 is coming up with the release of Raven and one of the Adventure Time characters, the goth girl with a guitar.
I didn't see the other character. I saw Raven.
She's in the promo art. She's just very more camouflaged in with her black coloring and Raven taking up the center.
Yeah. Occasionally, I still get news about this, and I'm like, sure, you can tell me.
Hey, they released something interesting with Season 3. We got the Powerpuff Girls as a set. That was an interesting character.
Yeah. That was like a little trio set? Like all three of them as one character? Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's see. And then the other thing of WB News is it says going forward, their focus is going to be Mortal Kombat, Hogwarts Legacy, Game of Thrones, and DC, but they specified Batman specifically. So I guess like the underperforming of like Multiverses, maybe a couple other titles that came out, just kind of put them like, we're just gonna do what makes money.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat is going to be there. We're always working on either DLC or the next version of a
Pretty
game.
much.
Probably be on a 2-year cycle.
Yep.
I assume, like, what are they doing Game of Thrones?
I have no clue. They said Game of Thrones, but I don't know. Is there
that threw me off.
Is there a game coming out? Because I'm not aware.
I mean,
of
at this point, unless it's something just really unique, Game of Thrones is gone and past.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Well, they have that new show.
It's House of Dragon now.
Yeah, House of
What?
Dragon's what they got
House
going
of
on.
Dragon is the current thing.
And apparently
you can
it's
say what all
fantastic.
you want to. We're almost into season 3.
Yeah, apparently it's fantastic. So
Okay.
It is.
So I
It's
guess,
great.
okay, never mind. I retake my statement. Game of Thrones is more relevant than I thought.
yeah, no, it's apparently fantastic.
Yeah, no. The Hogwarts Legacy is going to be like I would expect that to be like on a 3 to 4 year cycle.
I hope they're going to release something else for it with how popular it was.
So
Well, they're working on the sequel.
yeah, and apparently the sequel is going to potentially be a tie-in game to the new Harry Potter TV show coming out.
Don't do that.
Yeah, Johns, don't do that.
Don't.
Warner Brothers, why?
If you want to make it, if you want to try to make something like that canon, make the game and then just make references to the game in the show after the fact.
Yeah. No, Hogwarts Legacy 2 might be a tie-in to the show, so be prepared for that, buddy. It's like John mentioned earlier, though. Stalker 2 has gone gold. Long time coming. Happy for them.
What was that, like 14 years?
Something like that. It's
Long
been a while.
time coming. I'm really happy for them that it's gone gold, especially with everything that's going on in the real world that's prevented this thing from coming out sooner. So big shout out there. Metaphor and Persona 5 both got featured in the New York Times for their menus.
Under what context?
Just great video game menus. I saw the paper with it had 2 pictures of Metaphor in their menus. It had the main menu and it had the archetypes menu, and then it had the main menu of Persona 5. And it's just like, games with incredible menu design. It's like Atlas does it right, and it's just like, why was this in the paper?
You know what's funny? Because right when Metaphor came, no, actually a couple weeks before Metaphor came out, the design director did an interview and going just like, making those menus, he's just like, they're a pain in the ass.
I don't doubt it.
He's like, I enjoy them and I enjoy my work. But he's just like, those suck.
Those probably take more work than the game itself sometimes. Like, Jesus, those menus are incredible.
I mean, yeah, they're very detailed and just
Especially Metaphors.
Oh, yeah.
They're insanely detailed. Like, not even just the animation aspect, but I mean just like the art approach to it.
Yeah.
Like, it looks unbelievable. Looks like actual like almost like handcrafted paintings in a way. Just the art style approach to it. Like, it's insane. But the fact that it got featured in the New York Times, like, that's crazy to me.
Atlas is currently in their winning era.
Yeah, dude. No, just Sega in general. This has been a Sega year,
Yeah.
like up front.
I'll take a basic, convoluted, too much information, hard to tell what's actually happening, even though it's a very simplistic menu.
All right, buddy. All right, next up, Pokemon TCG Pocket has now hit over 30 million downloads. So big shout out to that. John, have you got to battling?
I haven't done any just because
Okay.
I'm just for me so far. This is just a card collecting game.
Okay.
That's
I haven't
fair.
I haven't done any battling. I open a couple packs a day and I move on with my day.
Hey, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. You can build binders out of it. So you can build some binders later on.
Yeah. Eventually, I'll do some battling. I just haven't.
We do have an Indiana Jones gameplay deep dive coming on the 11th. So just here on Monday.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, I'll watch it. Look, it's coming to Game Pass. I'll download the game and give it a shot.
Yep. Okay. Have fun.
I'll
I don't even
try
have
it.
Game Pass.
I'll try it. I mean, why not? Whatever. What else do I got coming out in December? South of Midnight coverage, though, might be coming next week.
I'll actually watch that one.
Yeah, that's been teased a little bit, so that's pretty cool. Looking forward to potentially seeing more on that game. Lionsgate CEO says that nearly everything that could go wrong did go wrong with the Borderlands movie. John, would you like to comment? As the one who watched it, would you like to comment?
The movie's fucking trash.
Every person who watched that film should have been able to tell that was a shit show.
It's not even any way, shape, or form related to Borderlands. The characters aren't even Vault Hunters in the movie.
Yeah, you said that.
This is just we want to make references and we like some of the art styles.
I feel bad for all the actors
I do too.
that's now on their credits list.
Bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. It's like it's about 45 minutes into the movie until Pandora is even really mentioned.
What?
Yeah.
Nearly everything that could
It's
go
your
wrong
entire
did
setting.
go wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. The rest of the movie takes place there, but it takes a while to get there.
They could have just recreated the Borderlands 1 bus opening scene for all we cared.
Yeah, it's overall though, it's not great at all. It's not good in really any way.
Yeah, there's nothing redeeming about it. Wouldn't recommend a single aspect of this film. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad the CEO of Lionsgate can agree.
We don't even suggest you bootlegging and watching it.
Yeah.
Don't even steal
Because
it.
that's what John did. Shout out.
It just got recommended to me one day.
And you're just like, yeah,
So I watched
I'll
it.
take one for the team.
It is very much like it was one of those where I saw it and I was like, I guess I'll watch it to see if it's as bad as people said it was. It's really fucking bad, and it's not even worth watching it for how. Because sometimes you know how it is. It's worth watching a movie because it's bad.
Yeah.
It's not even one of those. It's just not fun.
There's nothing redeeming. That's how I get
they
that.
took Borderlands and made it boring.
Yeah, I get that. I've encountered some movies like that before. I understand. All right, next up, Wonder Woman game has now started to get some advertisement on Monolith's website, front and center. You go to Monolith's website, front and center. Wonder Woman is there, so maybe we'll actually get
I was
some.
going to say, let's start seeing something.
Yeah, that's my hope is that
This is the one with the Nemesis system in it,
Yeah,
right?
correct. So not a big Wonder Woman fan, but Nemesis system, I'm in. But we got Game Awards coming up, so maybe something at the Game Awards.
How does that make you feel that Monolith has a system that people are willing to play the game more than the actual setting?
Dude, right? Like that's how good the Nemesis system is, bro. Is that like I don't care what the game is, if it's got the system, I'm playing the game. That's just a damn good game system, man. Black Myth Wukong Physical is releasing on December 12th, which happens to be the Game Awards. I'm just saying. Black Myth Wukong winning game of the year. We'll see. This was kind of neat.
Yeah, I saw this.
This is kind of neat. This is pretty cool. Halo 2 E3 demo is coming to the Halo Master Chief Collection. That's really random, but really cool.
I didn't realize that many people were hung up about that E3 demo.
You see, I didn't realize it was that big of a deal either. Like, I know it's a big deal in terms of just like Halo fans, you know, like,
Yeah.
oh, it was so cool, whatever. But I didn't know it was a big deal where people are like clamoring for it, kind of thing. But the fact that it's now getting added to the Master Chief Collection, that's neat. That's neat. Shout out to that. New Virtua Fighter is in development at Sega.
Woo!
So shout out to that. I saw a lot of excitement around that one. Wanted to shout this out just because, you know. First off, let me correctly pronounce the name of the studio because apparently I've been pronouncing it wrong my entire life. Ubisoft's new game, Champions Tactics Grimoire Chronicles, that came out, and it is a Web3 competitive turn-based RPG. You buy NFTs to battle each other. The game's already hacked and busted because there's a top player that's got over like 56,000 matches and wins automatically once you get into the game. And dude, there are units that are selling for literally millions of dollars, millions, hundreds of thousands, hundreds of dollars in the marketplace. This is just like an embarrassing moment at this point for Ubisoft. Like, you know, you're already shit as it is, and you release this dud. Jesus Christ, what are we doing? Talking about Nintendo's lawsuit stuff. Final little tidbit of the weekly wrap up. I thought this was funny. So there's a streamer, Jesse Kaheen. I'm not sure if I pronounced his last name right. He is now facing a lawsuit from Nintendo for $7.5 million for streaming Nintendo games early with the use of emulators and has taunted Nintendo on stream saying that he can do this all day. Buddy, you are not Captain America. I don't know if you can do this all day for $7.5 million. Good luck. Good luck. You stole their games, and now you're going to have to pay like a lifelong consequence for it. Like that one company, that one dude who got shut down for selling ROMs or something online.
Yeah.
Download ROMs, whatever, for people. And now he's just like, yeah, for the rest of my life, I'm going to have to pay Nintendo, and it still won't get paid off. That's probably what's going to happen to this guy. So Godspeed. Godspeed, man. You guys got anything to shout out news-wise?
No, my main one was Sparkball, and I said that, so.
Okay, John. Got anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. All that's left is Gamesthetic Game of the Week.
Gamesthetic Game of the Week. We'll go with Gatewalkers. It's a game that came out like a year or two ago. It is a kind of like top-down kind of action RPG slash kind of not really survival game, but it has a lot of the aspects of it. So it's like the same perspective of like the top-down of like a Diablo or Path of Exile or something like that. And a lot of the same gameplay mechanics as that. But along the way, you have to mine, collect resources, cut down trees, kind of all the typical survival stuff to build up your base. And like in this case, the base would be like your town in like Diablo or something like that. You actually have to build the resources. So you have to build your workbench. You have to build your weapon table, your armor table, and things like that. And then you have to collect the resources to do the crafting to get higher tier armor and equipment and stuff like that. It's not exactly a high, like fast-paced combat system or anything. It's more of a kind of methodical, kind of play it, enjoy it, pick your zones. Because to like collect the materials and that, you craft orbs that are associated with different biomes, and then you go into the biome. You like open the zone. You get like an hour or something to explore through it, and you kind of collect your resources and everything that you can get within that time period. Bring it back, and then rinse, repeat, and just slowly make your way through the higher tiers of gear. Very fun. Enjoy it. Recommend if you like that style of game.
How much is it?
No, I don't remember. Probably
not much,
probably like $25, something like that.
Not much. Shout out to Gatewalkers. Shout out to Gatewalkers. Another week of Gamesthetic Game of the Week in the books. All right, so let's hit music. Let's get out of here.
Like, comment, subscribe, rate, whatever your platform allows. It does help. Leave us a comment. Give us something to talk about next week. Bye.
Yeah, do everything he said and more. And if you like what you saw here, we usually do these live streams every Saturday at about 6 p.m. Central Time. A little bit earlier today. Yeah, leave a comment down below. What's your bet for what you locking in for Game of the Year so far?
Make sure to also check us out over at our Patreon down in the description below. We'd appreciate that extra support, as well as check out some Rogue Energy and Agent Ink using the referral links down below. Promo code Sparky3 to get 10% off your order at Rogue Energy. We appreciate that. Join the Discord. Be a friend. Tell a friend. We'll be back next week. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. Bye.